Okay, anyway. No, we need to watch this. Megyn Kelly just played the clip in front of Ben Shapiro. Oh, my Kino! Yes!
And I am going to show a video, please.
Wait, X with a new... Dude, they're actually making X better. Dude, this is brand new. Are you seeing this? The pop out on X, which has previously just been the worst thing ever, where if you hover over it, there's nothing on it. It just graded out. Like that was it. That used to be all that it showed. Now has a player, a bar, a rewind, a pause button. They're fixing X.
And I am going to show a video, please forgive me, of one of my first introductions to this guy, Nick Fuentes, and what he was saying about Ben. This is a video of him showing himself playing Grand Theft Auto, right, a video game where you shoot people, and he's pretending that this character in the video is Ben. Let's watch.
Is there like a studio audience for this? Like, why are they on a stage on this show? Is there a studio audience watching this? There is. You can hear that there's someone coughing. Is there a stadium? Listen.
Let's watch.
I just heard someone in the back go,
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that makes me laugh and laugh. That's a funny one.
This is like the dumbest, lowest tier bait ever.
I think I just saw Ben Shapiro.
Dude, what happens next? What's the reaction to that? What? I have to see more. Give it to me, Megyn. You sexy fucking drogger. Megyn Kelly. Joe. Bow.
So you and I have talked about Nick Fuentes many times over the years.
Where's the full thing? What? Why is there only a part of it?
So you and I have talked about Nick Fuentes many times over the years and our many appearances together, and that's how I knew
Wait,
about him.
that's how they start the convo.
Because he was
no
saying
way.
Absolutely.
The intro. Yeah, so let's talk about Nick Fuentes. Now, I don't think we can talk about him without showing this clip first.
Terrible things about you. And I am going to show a video, please forgive me, of one of my first introductions to this guy, Nick Fuentes, and what he was saying.
Megyn Kelly was in the live audience when he did that. She was watching the D-Live gaming stream.
Saying about Ben. This is
she was watching the 2020 D-Live gaming stream.
Playing Grand Theft Auto, right, a video game where you shoot people, and he's pretending that this character in the video is Ben. Let's watch.
Dude, half the chat wasn't even there, but Megyn Kelly was. Half the, like 80% of Groypers didn't even see that live. But Megyn Kelly did, because she's a real old head. I was there. Yeah, me too.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that makes me laugh and laugh. That's a funny one.
Did he just shoot a Hasidic Jew?
What a chance encounter that was. I think I just saw Ben Shapiro.
And it goes on. It goes on.
I mean, I would hate for people to believe that the Nick Fuentes sort of...
How could he do that?
...of my problems with Nick Fuentes are about me, because they really are not. They are about the fact that Nick Fuentes is a truly horrifying person who believes truly horrifying things. And again, there is a reason why Charlie Kirk despised him. There's a reason why every mainstream political commentator has been highly critical of him. It's the reason why.
This is a fake audience. There's no way an audience is sitting there cheering. There's not an audience. I mean, that doesn't even make sense that an audience would start applauding that part. Like, what?
Person who believes truly horrifying things. And again, there is a reason why Charlie Kirk despised him. There's a reason why every mainstream political commentator has been highly critical of him. It's the reason why. These are not arguments. This is not a person who's making arguments. He is a Hitler-loving troll, and I say that advisedly. He literally says on his show that he loves Adolf Hitler
every night.
Okay, so just the reason this has come up in recent weeks is because Tucker, your guest last night, decided
he literally has an altar to Adolf Hitler that he begins his show. You know how Bates Alaska begins and ends his show with a prayer to Saint Michael? Nick Fuentes begins his show with a prayer to the spirit of Adolf Hitler every night.
To have him on last week and to completely gloss him, in my opinion. And you can make up your own opinion as to what you think Tucker was doing during that interview, but I know what it looks like when Tucker Carlson decides to be an aggressive interviewer, when he decides...
Dude, she is so... Does she have a stronger jawline than I do? Like, dude, she is mager.
To ask difficult questions of people. Tucker is eminently capable of doing that. He did it to Ted Cruz quite thoroughly. But he decided for any number of reasons, and I try not to attribute motivations to people, that he was going to treat Fuentes with kid gloves, that he was going to not ask him about any of the things that I've just mentioned, literally any of them, and to essentially normalize Fuentes, act as a sort of gateway drug or as what I've called Tucker, as an ideological launderer of bad ideas over the last couple of years. And this is not coming from a place of animus for Tucker on a personal level. I've known Tucker for a very long time. Tucker and I, whenever we're in personal situations, we get along great. I think I saw that Tucker talked about how we were at Charlie's memorial in the vice president's box together, and he's correct. I mean, we saw each other, we said hello, we talked, it was very friendly, and all of that. And it's also true that...
Wait. Okay. Sorry, I'm interrupting this because I just saw something awesome on my phone. Dude, I'm thinking maybe I need to get these. Look at these. These are like in-ear monitors, right? Miku colored in-ear monitor. Wait, you can't even, it's like, it doesn't even show it right. But they're Miku colored in-ear monitors. Dude, because, okay, sorry, I will play this whole thing still. I gotta send this back. Dude, I hate headsets. They're all shit. This is so bad. Like, this is so bad. I don't even know. These are like Logitech Arctic 3s or something. These are like $100. These are supposed to be great headphones, okay? These are the worst headphones I've ever seen in my whole fucking life. These give me a headache the second I put them on. Like I don't know what it is about it. Why can I hear when I have these on? I can hear everything that taps the wire. Like, why can I hear everything? What, like, and I can't hear anything else. I couldn't hear someone talking next to me because they're like noise canceling, but I can hear if the wire's hitting something. What the fuck? Anyway, so I gotta send these back. I like how they look, but they are just, and honestly, I mean, this isn't bad. Like, this is a good thing, but they're just uncomfortable as fuck. They're terrible. $100, by the way. Bro said $100. Dude, they're Logitech Arctic. They were like the Steel Series Arctic or whatever. They were like the nice ones. But they suck. I mean, they are noise canceling. They are like, I can't hear anything else. But they suck. Like, they just suck, man. They suck so bad. And all headphones do. Like, why do all the headphones suck? Why can't I just get these? Why can't I get the original version of these? Not this exact, but like what they like basically my problem is these are the Cloud, the HyperX Cloud 2s or something. But they had a different version of HyperX Cloud 2 in 2020. Like they were higher quality, they weren't cheap and shitty, and they came with like the right ear things and they were like 1,000 times better. But I broke that headset after 4 years of using it. And then I ordered the exact same one and it came and it's these and they're shitty and they suck. And they're just lame, man. Dude. A real gamer headset costs at least 5,000. Cheap trash headset. Dude, they are cheap trash headset. And I had already bought like a $200 one before I got these. I got a $200, what were they? Something, the Pro, what's that brand? I forget what they were. And they were horrible too. They were terrible. They suck.
$20. Happy Friday, Juggies. D?
I think I have to get the Miku in-ear monitor, literally. I think that's my only... What is this? I think this is my only path forward. Anyway, so yeah, I think I need to buy those basically. Dude, how do I... The thing is, I can't even like bookmark it to show everyone the ad because like they don't let you on X. How do I send this myself? Anyway, we'll watch the rest of the Ben Shapiro thing. Sorry. That's just something that was bothering me. I was so excited to try these because they look nice. Like I like how these look. And like they actually feel good too. But they fucking suck dick. You know what else sucks is you have to have USB headphones. You cannot use the jack ones because they get interference. Like they suck. Like the computer jack for audio on motherboards deteriorate really bad, really fast. I don't know why. I don't think anyone really knows why, but this is just like a very common thing that happens, and it will make any headphones have a ringing, or you'll hear magnetic, like static electricity. Dude, it sucks. Use wireless. Honestly, maybe that's the path, but the problem is the wireless headphones all suck too. I need these, but wireless. These are the closest to being comfortable that there are. I need these, but wireless, or I need the Miku in-ear, over-ear thingies. Wait, I pulled them up. Look, they're Miku in-ear monitors. Look at this. Chat, y'all fuck with these or nah?
LOL smiley face, LOL smiley face. Soulja Boy, tell them, baby, LOL smiley face. Baby girl sent the picture to my BlackBerry. She fine and she thick just
Wait, there's a more Miku colored one.
LOL smiley face. We can go and kick it, babe. Later on at my place, she messages me on MySpace.
Do y'all fuck with these? Jimbo will buy the Miku headphones and then complain even more when he gets them. Try a pair of Audio Technicas. They're not overly expensive and studio quality. Honestly, I don't really care about quality that much. Like the quality on these is fine. Okay. There's a balance to it because the quality of the audio that I have on the headset that I'm wearing right now sucks really bad. That's because I broke the thing that this turns into a USB and this plugs the headphones in. I had to get this is just like a shitty, cheap one. I should just go get an official one. So the audio quality is bad, but they're comfortable. I just need comfortable headphones. They don't give me a headache. You know what I'm saying? I just need comfy headphones where I don't hear, like, I want them to be slightly noise canceling, but not really. And I don't want them to make my ears feel like they're in like a echo chamber. So I guess I don't want noise canceling at all, really. I guess I just don't want noise canceling headphones. Because I think that's maybe what a big issue I'm having here is. Also, I think I have big ears. Get the winged earbuds. Yeah, I think I'm going to get the Miku ones. Anyway, all right, back to this now. Sorry for the distraction. And thank you for the dono. All right, back to, they just reacted to Nick Fuentes' horrible clip where he looks like he's killing Ben Shapiro.
That's a funny one. What a chance encounter that was. I think I just saw Ben Shapiro.
Check out the Clear Arc 3.
And it goes on. It goes on.
I would hate for people to believe that the Nick Fuentes sort of, my problems with Nick Fuentes are about me, because they really are not. They are about the fact that Nick Fuentes is a truly horrifying person who believes truly horrifying things. And again, there is a reason why Charlie Kirk despised him. There's a reason why every mainstream political commentator has been highly critical of him. It's the reason why these are not arguments.
Why every Jew hates him?
Arguments. He is a Hitler-loving troll, and I say that advisedly. He literally says on his show that he loves Adolf Hitler. Okay, so the reason this has come up in recent weeks is because Tucker, your guest last night, decided to have him on last week and to completely gloss him, in my opinion. And you can make up your own opinion as to what you think Tucker was doing during that.
Distractions, dual news, Megyn Kelly, headset rant. Dude, you need amphetamines to watch this show. Like, to watch this show and it to make any sense, you've got to be on some sort of amphetamine. Like, legit though, like this is insane.
Interview, but I know what it looks like when Tucker Carlson decides to be an aggressive interviewer, when he decides to ask difficult questions of people. Tucker is eminently capable of doing that. He did it to Ted Cruz quite thoroughly. But he decided, for any number of reasons, and I try not to attribute motivations to people, that he was going to treat Fuentes with kid gloves. That he was going to not ask him about any of the things that I've just mentioned, literally
We're glossing him right now.
And to essentially normalize Fuentes, act as a sort of gateway drug, or as what I've called Tucker, as an ideological launderer of bad ideas over the last couple of years. And this is not coming from a place of animus for Tucker on a personal level. I've known Tucker for a very long time. Tucker and I, whenever we're in personal situations, we get along great. I think I saw that Tucker talked about how we were at Charlie's memorial in the vice president's box together, and he's correct. I mean, we saw each other, we said hello, we talked, it was very friendly, and all of that. And it's also true that a couple of days after Charlie's murder, he reached out and he called me and he said, listen, I know that we're at odds, and we've been at odds for a number of reasons, mainly political. I mean, again, on a personal level, I'd go fishing with Tucker anytime. The real question is, for me, I got into this business because I care about the ideas and I care about the ideals. And so when you're determining what is conservatism, what should the future of America look like, and where do you draw the lines, those are the questions that I need to answer in my job. For me, my business is really not about friendship. I have lots of friends, people who I love, with whom I disagree on politics and don't believe they should be leaders in the conservative movement, for example. And that, to me, is the real question. In any case, Tucker reached out. He said, we've had a bunch of disagreements, and what if we could put those aside and align toward the DSA in particular, is what he mentioned. And I said, Tucker, you're totally right. Let's do that. That would be great. In fact,
the TSA?
The DSA, the Democratic Socialists of
Why
America.
the TSA? How did that bring you together?
The Democratic Socialists of America. And the reason
I know.
Yes, and the reason that I'm taking out
TSA
my
only
phone
divides people.
is because, yes, the reason I'm taking out my phone is because I don't just, I like to evidence what I'm saying.
Is this only 12 minutes long, or where? Where's the rest of this video?
Actual evidence. So I texted him. And the text exchange was very nice. I mean, here's what the actual text exchange went like after the call. So I texted him and I said, thanks so much for calling. It means the world. It truly does. Should we do a show together talking about the DSA threat, Democratic Socialists of America threat, and orienting in the same direction? Happy to do whatever it takes to bring everyone back together for the fight that matters. And Tucker then wrote back, thanks, man, I appreciate it. I'm going to spend the next week or two thinking about how to be most effective. The country is clearly on the brink. I reached out repeatedly after that. Nothing happened. And again, I thought it was a good idea at the time. I think I felt differently after I saw what he did with Nick Fuentes, and after he proceeded, in my opinion, to spend the subsequent weeks doing literally nothing to fight the left.
Right,
I say this with sadness because Tucker used to be, I think, a deeply important part of the conservative push to win. The number of times that Tucker Carlson has mentioned Zohran Mamdani since October 5th on his show is once. And it was in the context of Marjorie Taylor Greene and Tucker Carlson talking about the appeal of Zohran Mamdani. Just by way of contrast, not because I'm a perfect representative here, but because you talked about
Tucker
Zohran Mamdani
won't attack him.
a lot of us have. Since October 5th, I did 17 separate shows on Zohran Mamdani, including 4 in the last week before the election.
Doesn't even care about.
Okay, because when you're orienting.
Tucker's not even worried about electing the other Democrat mayor instead of the one that hates Jews. Like, dude, when they're talking about the mayor of New York City, it's like, okay, the fight was between Cuomo, okay, like his brother is the guy on CNBC, you fucking asshole, hello, or Zohran Mamdani, like it's a Democratic primary, bro. Like, well, you can't even say Tucker's not even interested in fighting the left. They're both Democrats. Like, it was two libtards fighting. Hello?
Against the left, you really should orient against the left.
Okay, so a lot in there. I think, just to be clear, so the breakdown from the detente after Charlie was him interviewing Fuentes. Like, was that the next thing that happened that led to the blow up?
I mean, yes. I mean, I had not spoken a word. There
So
were
it wasn't
things
that he attacked you, or you had something?
No, I don't care about people attacking
interview.
me, and I don't think Tucker cares about people attacking him. I mean, again, we're professionals. We're in a business where people comment on what we say publicly.
But when it goes, my problem is when it goes into the world of Grand Theft Auto, then it gets scary. You know, when it crosses over from you're just critiquing someone to the world of Grand Theft Auto online, then it gets dangerous.
Again, this is why I think you and I differ on our angle with regard to, for example,
once you're chasing down Hasidic Jews in GTA and saying that they're Ben Shapiro, that's a threat.
Candace Owens. I think that what Candace Owens is doing right now is evil. It is evil what she is doing right now. Okay, and I say that again.
But what?
Because
I didn't opine on whether it's evil or not, but my position
Ben
is
Shapiro
it's
has the same numerology as you. Mental plane 6, life path 11. That's good numerology. That actually is pretty good.
really none of my business. And
why is it?
Okay, the thing is, life path 11, mental plane 6. The only thing that you would feel like you're lacking is masculinity, maybe, because the numbers 11 are feminine and the 6 is sometimes attributed to being feminine. But that's like if you read it on like a stupid website where they don't even know what they're talking about, they'll say shit like that. But like in reality, that doesn't even mean, we're all dualistic, okay? We all believe in dualism, of course. We believe in a light and dark side. As Gnostic worshippers of Abraxas. So we understand that it's not so black and white as male and female. So 6 mental plane, 11 life path. Numerology is pretty good, to be fair.
But I have a question. Why is it none of your business? I mean, you comment on these things for a living.
I'm not mother of the internet.
Oh, he's pressing her. Wait, he's pressing her.
That led to the blow up.
I mean, yes. I mean, I had not spoken a word. There
So it
were
wasn't
things
that he attacked you, or you had something?
No, I don't care about people attacking me,
interview.
and I don't think Tucker cares about people attacking him. I mean, again, we're professionals. We're in a business where people comment on what we say publicly. Again, this is why I think you and I differ on our angle with regard to, for example, Candace Owens. I think that what Candace Owens is doing right now is evil. It is evil what she is doing right now. Okay, and I say that again.
But what?
Because
I didn't opine on whether it's evil or not, but my position is it's really none of my business. And
why is it? But I have a question. Why is it none of your business? I mean, you comment on these things for a living.
I'm not mother of the internet.
No, but But
Right.
if this were on the left and somebody were accusing Charlie Kirk of his wife having murdered him, I assume that you would be talking about it.
Is that what Candace is accusing Erica of?
Yes.
Of murdering her own husband?
She's accusing TPUSA inside.
Yeah, well, no. To be fair, Candace has not yet done that, although it's sort of like, how the fuck, how could it not? How could she not be in on it? You know? But I mean, but also she could not be in on it. I mean, realistically, if there was a plot, you could just be zanning the fuck out of the wife. You know, I mean, the wife could literally, she could just be, if she is drugged and just being handed scripts, I mean, like, you know, you could just do that. I don't really think that's just what's happening, but like, you know.
Insiders and other members of the
Yeah, she's not yet accusing Erica, but she could.
right wing, including Seth Dillon, of being involved.
I wouldn't really take a hard stance on it either way, because who knows where Candace is going. Although, okay, Candace will adjust her beliefs based on what other people say. So now she definitely won't accuse Erica. Now she's going to probably dial it back, reel it back, just say, no, I was just saying because they were lying about Charlie. That was all that it was. And now she won't accuse him, but she probably would have if Ben Shapiro had not said this. You know what I mean? It probably would have eventually gotten to that point.
In the murder of Charlie Kirk, yes.
Okay. Like I said, I don't take in that content, which is an honest statement. I don't have time to watch
No,
Candace's show.
I believe you. I believe you. But the point that I'm making is that when
what I
that
understand
friendship
Candace
should
to
not,
have
in our
been doing.
business, I think it's important. Listen,
Candace
friendship
and I
should
are not
not
friends.
trump.
We don't even know each other.
I understand, but even with Tucker, friendship should not trump our manifest requirement.
Dude, this is
to
so
speak out
funny.
when-
The Jewish bitching at her, where he's just like, he's just moving what he's saying. He's like, okay, all right, whatever. I'm just saying, you, if someone's attacking Jews, they can't be your friend.
people do and say things that are both detrimental to conservatism and morally wrong.
Okay, so I don't totally disagree, but I think the way of handling that, at least for me, is much different. So I saw things go south between you and Tucker, at least from my vantage point, when you disagreed on Israel. That was obvious. And
Well-
he was, well, let me just make my point.
Honestly,
so he was,
Ben, because I love that Ben Shapiro's just not letting her play like fence sitter. You know what I mean? Ben Shapiro's just literally going to press the shit out of her for trying to even bridge this gap, for trying to like bring him on and be like, look, I don't feel so good either way. Ben Shapiro's just going to be like, well, I think you might be ontologically evil.
saying things that were critical of Israel and our policy towards Israel. And then you did one show where you did what I thought you should have done if you disagreed with him, which clearly you did, which is say what you believe and what you think is factual and like educate your audience on what you think are the real facts and give them the evidence for it. But you named him and it felt like an attack. And that to me was the beginning of the end, where he was like, now it's on. Because he felt personally attacked by you, as opposed to just challenging his idea. I think you named him and you kind of diminished him.
Oh,
And,
now she's
he's an
bitching at
800-pound
him.
gorilla, and if you mess with a gorilla, he's going to fight. And to me, that's where it started to go.
Tucker's not an 800-pound gorilla. Tucker Carlson will barely, be a bitchy girl at you.
Caruso sent $3 one up and please Jimbo. He Jugians, it's me Caruso.
Anyway, thank you. Unban, please, Jimbo. Hi, Juggians. It's me, Karasu. Okay, someone unban him, please.
Go south, and because I remember that day being like, oh shit,
Well,
I don't want to see this.
But here's the thing. I would urge everybody to go back and listen to the show that you're referring to, where I criticized Tucker's ideas, not Tucker as a person. Tucker then responded by claiming that I do not love America. That is a direct quote. That I do not love America because I was spending too much time covering the October 7th attacks, and then proceeded in January to then say that I wanted his children to die in a foreign war. Okay, so those are a different.
That's a rhetorical.
No, it is
point.
not. I'm sorry, it's not. An attack on motivation is a very
But
different
his
thing from an
point-
attack on an idea.
His point was that you were sounding like a neocon, and he's upset with anybody who wants us to get too involved in Israel's conflict because he feels it endangers American children.
Okay, the idea that, number one, the idea that I want the United States to be directly involved in Israel's conflict
I
is
get
not
it.
true.
No, I know that, Ben.
I've been urging Israel to get off of American aid for literally as long as I have been active in politics.
But I'm making
That
clear
is
what
not-
his point was.
But
Like,
my point is that that's not his point. And again, none of this
So we
blew
disagree.
into, well, we disagree on the interpretation of what Tucker has been doing for the past 2 years, and it's very difficult for me to believe that Tucker is merely anti-Israel when, for example, today, in his newsletter, I mean, I can directly quote it if you'd like, in his newsletter today, he claimed that Zoran Mamdani is not anti-Semitic. This was his newsletter today, this morning. I mean, I'm happy to read the text. It's a little extraordinary because, again, it is kind of shocking stuff. So here's what Tucker Carlson wrote in his newsletter today, or what his newsletter says under his name. He said, "Is the incoming mayor a fan of Israel? Does he want America to fight its wars? Not particularly. But a Jew hater? That's a different conversation. We've never seen anything to suggest he falls into that ugly camp. If we're talking about fighting the left, defending Zoran Mamdani, who literally said that Hamas, he has no opinion whether Hamas should disarm, who posed alongside the 1993 World Trade Center unindicted co-conspirator, who would not disown globalize the Intifada, who suggested that whenever there is a New York Police Department boot on somebody's neck, it's an IDF lacing the strings, to suggest that that's not anti-Semitic in any way? No way?
Okay, but listen.
Or when he...
Like, no, dude. It's just funny because it's like he thinks that that's like super convincing. No one else even cares. Like, I don't think anyone else... Like, he's talking too fast, too. I feel like no one else on the planet other than Jews care about any of this.
I'm going to give you a defense of Tucker here. And I don't need to defend Tucker because I'm not Tucker.
Tucker can perfectly
but
well
I'll just say,
defend himself.
I think in general, because I know him and I listen to him and I understand generally where he's coming from, he would say his problems are with Israel. And he would say that shot that Mamdani laid against the IDF is a shot against the IDF. And Israel and how he thinks they're pro-war, not against Jews.
Okay.
And I think
all I can say is when Tucker Carlson finds himself in complete alignment with Zoran Mamdani, it is very difficult for me to believe that he does not agree with Zoran Mamdani.
I think Tucker is in a place right now of the same place that Charlie was getting to toward the end of his life, the same place that some people had tried to drive me, which is you're under withering, nonstop accusations of being something you know you're not. Well, but from some people who you love and who you've been protecting, at least in my case and Charlie's case, for 2 years, who you've been completely defensive of.
Megyn,
and Charlie and I both felt, and because we talked about this on my show, like, what's happening here? Why are they dropping charges of anti-Semitism against us when we love Jews and we're both open Semites? We're Zionists. Let's be blunt. Gold is up around 40% this year.
Okay, wait. So where's the rest of the interview? For all of it, tune in live. So where's the rest? Where the Megyn Kelly show, Ben Shapiro?
Unfortunately, there's a war unfolding on the right
2 days
amongst
ago.
People you and I both love. And our pal Ben and our pal Tucker are not getting along. They haven't been getting along a long time. I saw a very interesting discussion you guys on the Daily Wire did about it with the whole crew there, kind of talking about what was happening on the right and whether people needed to be excommunicated from the right.
Where do we watch the full thing?
Well, this all exploded into the public.
Does anyone have the... I'm trying to look on Twitter, too. Does anyone have, like, a full link to this?
Is a truly horrifying person. Who
Paywall, her show airs on Sirius XM. Does she post the whole thing after? It looks like she posted the whole Tucker thing, didn't she? Wait, they talked about UFOs and demons?
Hello, you beautiful people.
The fireworks. The fireworks are so goofy, dude. UFO?
Objects of it.
And that will lead us to UFOs. All right. Now, I know you're into this topic.
Oh, aliens! Oh.
And I know you know people who know a lot about this topic and who may not be able to provide everything they know in a public setting. So what do we know?
Well, I mean, we know beyond question that there are objects and phenomena, aerial and undersea, that can't be explained by science and that seem to defy the laws, will measurably defy the laws of physics, and that are not experimental aircraft created by DARPA or the DoD,
right,
or by the Russians or the Chinese. Like, we know that. There have been many testimonies to this effect under oath in the Congress in the last 2 years. So, like, that's not even a question. Are they real? Yeah, well, obviously they're real. What are they is the question. And I've been down the rabbit hole on this, and just because of my job, the one upside to having a gig like this, as you well know, is if you're curious about something, you actually have access to people who know or say they know, and you just call them up and be like, hey, come to my house, tell me what you know. I'm working on a story about it. I've never done really a story on this because I came to a hard and fast conclusion on it, which I can't prove, but I sincerely believe it, which is that these are spiritual phenomena, obviously. They've been here forever. There's a lot of evidence of that in the written record going back thousands
What do you
of
mean?
years. They're angels and demons, of course. And that would be obvious and was obvious to everyone else. What's so interesting, one of the reasons that this topic will drive you crazy and why I opted out and do no research and talk to no one about it, I'm out, I know what I think, I don't want to know anymore, is because there is such, and this is a matter of record, a concerted, decades-long disinformation campaign by the US government to obscure what's happening.
Right.
And if you look at that, and I grew up the son of a federal employee in a world where there was a lot of this stuff, so I...
Okay. Dude, just like, what's the problem?
I do know.
Just stop being anti-CIA and just say your dad's CIA. Just say it like you grew up with the son of a federal employee. Oh my gosh. Why is he so afraid of just saying that his dad's CIA? I don't get it. I literally just don't get that. Okay, I don't want to watch this, but where the fuck is the full Megyn Kelly, Ben Shapiro? MegynKelly.com, SiriusXM. Is there like a re-upload somewhere?